Who, in your opinion, are the 5 greatest metal guitarists of all time? You've got 7 minutes in which to decide, then put your opinions in a comment on this video. And while you're thinking about it, you can see me coming out with my 5 choices when I was ambushed with this very question while being interviewed this week.
You've seen a lot of players here and there. Who are the 5 guitar players that really blew you away? Whether that be because how sick their songwriting is, they wrote the best riffs, they did the best solos. I don't mind your reasoning. For you personally,
Wow, this is a great question. I'm glad you give me 5. Jack Wood is an acclaimed guitar wizard who runs a university for guitarists on the School platform, which is the same platform where I run my Possessed by Metal VIP group. Links in video description. So what with being instant metal brothers, me and Jack got to talking. That's why 4 of Jack's video course modules on how to play guitar are now embedded in the classroom of my community, and Jack interviewed me about my rock journalism past during one of his Zoom masterclasses. And you might be surprised, by the way, by my final and 5th choice. Well, first of all, because it's my favourite band, Dave Carlo from the band Razor. I'm going to be sending you a link, Jack.
I look forward to it, mate.
Dave Carlo is an absolute riff machine, just outrageous, absolutely outrageous. So that's one. And, then there has to be, for me, there has to be James Hetfield because, Metallica invented thrash and then got bored of it and then moved on after with Master of Puppets, they kind of wrote with Battery and Damage Inc. They came out with like 2 of the just archetypal thrash metal songs and then got bored of the genre and kind of moved on.
Mate,
So
funny.
talk about creative, Yeah, I mean, God, the first time I heard the riff from Battery, I didn't even know what I was listening to. I didn't understand it. I just couldn't picture it in my head. So Hetfield, Dave Carlo. I think I have to use two slots for the Priest Maestros.
You're gonna give him one in each? Bloody hell!
Well, there is 2 of them, unless I'm allowed.
You can sync them up, don't you worry.
Can I sync them up as a duo?
They can be. Well, I would also say that Kirk belongs on the list then, but I would actually say Hetfield belongs on the list over Kirk.
Well, I would too, because Hetfield is the riffer, right? You kind of feel like he's the man who writes the riffs. I mean, do you think Kirk wrote any of the riffs on like Puppets or Ride the Lightning? I genuinely don't know.
He definitely wrote a riff here. He definitely wrote a connecting section. Definitely wrote some of the melodies, like the do 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 do.
Oh, definitely, yeah,
stuff like that. And that's don't get me wrong, Master of Puppets. I remember a ton of it being the riffs. They're amazing, but the solo ain't no joke, and their harmony playing is unbelievable. I would say in a song that has as many riffs as Master of Puppets, there's no way you didn't have a couple. Oh, why don't you change that to third? And it changed the whole vibe.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Hammett brings the texture, doesn't he? Without him, those albums, those classic Metallica albums, would be kind of really bare bones and just kind of. My choice of Hetfield is purely a reflection of me being a riff man rather than a lead man.
Yeah.
So, Priest guitarist,
Priest,
Hetfield, Dave Carlo from Razor, and so I've got 2 more.
It does surprise me that I've not heard Mustaine yet. If Hetfield's getting it, but Mustaine's not.
Actually, yeah. I mean, yeah, I am a total. Well, I'm not a total Megadeth lover because I'm sort of mainly like P-Cells, that kind of 80s era. But they're still making good stuff. I like the last couple of albums. Yeah, Mustaine is a really interesting guitarist, and as a songwriter on P-Cells, he was doing just crazy stuff. He was just completely. Well, yeah, and the drugs probably didn't hurt purely in a creative sense. He was like, the songwriting's crazy on P-Cells. He's just like completely ignoring any songwriting rules. You listen to Wake Up Dead, and it's just basically one riff after another, and you never go back to any.
So we need one more. Who else are we getting?
Wow.
You can't go for the Shredded University host. Jack Wood can't count as an honorable.
Well, obviously, I would have done, but I just don't want to embarrass you. God, that's really difficult.
Justin Bieber is pretty good, I think.
Who's that?
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, obviously that's a given. I felt like I didn't need to say Justin.
Lil Wayne. Amazing. He was one of the ones to make you suggest. Oh, he's good.
Yeah.
So where do you stand on Kerry King?
You mean just as a guitarist?
Yeah.
I love Slayer. I love Rain in Blood, obviously, and it's kind of hard to pick apart who kind of contributed the most to Rain in Blood. I think popular opinion is that Jeff Hanneman may have had like more of the sort of awesome sauce that went into Rain in Blood. I'm not sure. And I'm not a big fan of Kerry King's new album, unfortunately, which is a shame.
I didn't know he had a new album.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not a Kerry King fan at all. I think he is largely overrated, shall we say?
Apparently he uses the whammy bar occasionally. I've heard rumor.
I hear he likes to hit a note every now and again. He likes to play a riff here and there. Oh man,
That's a bit
But no,
controversial.
so there we go. We've got Judas Priest, Metallica, dude from Razor.
One more. I'm gonna just pick someone that comes to mind. I really like you know what? I really like Yngwie Malmsteen.
Oh, there we go. That's a popular
Yeah.
player in this community.
Because, I mean, I especially love his I think it's 1988. He did an album called Odyssey, and that's a great album with the opening song Rising Force, and there's a song on there called Riot in the Dungeons. I mean, he is an amazing guitarist. I mean, he's a ludicrous character, and I'm not going to pretend that I've got all his albums. I actually interviewed him a couple of years ago for a magazine called Rock Candy, and that was fun.
Amazing.
I like that he's really straightforward about being a solo person, and he's not really interested in anyone else contributing to his songs or anything. He kind of made some valid points that, if someone writes a novel, does anyone have a go at them for not wanting other people to contribute to it? It's true.
He's got a point. Yeah, he's got a point. Fair play.
He
I
was
would say
brilliantly.
the only thing I would say is that input from other people is what makes music fantastic.
So you've seen my 5, and of course since then I've thought about Trey Azigtote from Morbid Angel, Bill Steer from Carcass, and lots of other kind of extreme metal guitarists. Chuck Schuldiner. I mean, Yngwie is pretty damn good, you have to say. Actually, who am I kidding? I'm going to change my 5th choice to the wonderfully hostile and much missed Dimebag Darrell from Pantera. Now, what are your choices? That's what I'm more interested about. Please get down there in comments and list them. List those 5 guitarists in order of merit, if you like. Let's go crazy. Elsewhere on the screen, you'll see videos relevant to your interests, and you'll also see a link here through which you can take a look at my Possessed by Metal VIP community at school and consider joining us. It's tremendous fun. I am loving it.